Let me explain something to you, because without that wokeness, you might not have that job.
Yeah.
Because women were not invited to that table. Mm-hmm. Women were not invited to many tables in this nation. The reason we fought and busted our behinds to make sure that you didn't have to worry about this. And now to hear you talk about it.
Being woke is like a magic moral time machine where you judge everybody against what you imagine you would have done in 1066, and you always win.
Some TV arguments are fake loud. This one felt different. Not because two celebrities disagreed, and not because social media did what social media always does, but because, for one brief moment, the polished illusion cracked, and everybody watching could suddenly see the machine behind the curtain. This wasn't just Bill Maher taking a shot at Whoopi Goldberg. It was a collision between two completely different religions of modern media. One says, repeat the script, protect the tribe, never break formation. The other says, if your own side starts sounding ridiculous, say it out loud and let the room get uncomfortable. And once that collision happened, it didn't stay on the set. It spilled into the internet.
The capacity for cruelty is a human thing, not a white thing. That's the truth, even though it doesn't jibe with the current narrative. But in today's world, when truth conflicts with narrative, it's the truth that has to apologize. Being woke is like a magic moral time machine where you judge everybody against what you imagine you would have done in 1066, and you always win.
Into political culture, and into the giant, exhausting fight over who gets to define reality now. That's the part people miss. This isn't really about two TV personalities who dislike each other. It's about a much bigger frustration. The feeling that much of the media stopped trying to persuade and started trying to lecture, not discuss, debate, or even disagree. Lecture. Audiences feel it whenever a panel becomes a ritual. One person delivers the approved line, and everyone else nods along. That's why this hits so hard. Maher, for all his flaws, built a career on saying the quiet part out loud, especially when it frustrates me.
Talk about Whoopi Goldberg because I got so many texts this week because she attacked me the week before. Sure. So everybody was like, oh, Bill, I get you're enjoying the karma. First of all, I'm going to talk about this at the end of my show next week, teaser. But there is no thing as karma, okay? Get over that. Whoopi attacks me on a regular basis. She says stupid shit on a regular basis.
People on his own side. And Whoopi has become more than a host. She represents a style of elite daytime certainty, total confidence, selective outrage, and the attitude of, I don't need to prove it. I already know I'm right. Then came the clip that lit the match. Once that comparison hit the air, the conversation changed from another spicy daytime moment into something much uglier. A clash between performative victimhood and actual oppression. The backlash wasn't because people suddenly became Maher fans or discovered new...
And it's called, I don't think they meant this when Barbara Walters invented it a long time ago, but it's The View.
Well,
that's the problem in America. There is one view,
right, and
one
that's clearly
true opinion, and everybody else can go sit in the corner.
Response for 5 minutes. It exploded because viewers heard a claim so detached from reality that it sounded like satire, except it was delivered seriously on national television, and suddenly everything was visible in one moment. The smugness, the defensiveness, and the instinct to treat emotion as evidence. And that's where the argument stopped being abstract. Once people with real lived experience entered the conversation, the point became brutally simple. Women living under authoritarian regimes don't debate oppression from protected studio platforms. They face arrest, humiliation, violence, and even disappearance.
They used to just keep hanging people.
It is not even the same. I couldn't step foot during this.
Wait. That's not what you mean to say. It is the same.
No, it's not. The year 2025 in the United States is nothing like if I step foot wearing this outfit in Toronto.
I'm sorry.
No, I can't have my hair showing. I can't wear a skirt. I can't have my arms out.
I'm telling you, that's why I am saying that it is the same. Someone for their difference is not good, whoever does.
Very different to live in the United States in 2025 than it is to live in Iran.
Not if you're
Everybody.
Not if you're black.
Do not anyone at this table should get to
Let me tell you about being in this country. This is the greatest country in the world. But, yeah, I know that. But every day, we are worried. Do we have to be worried about our kids? Are our kids going to get shot because they're running through somebody's neighborhood? They are not big deals, and I don't mean to say they're not big deals to you, because that's not what I meant.
So when a celebrity on one of America's safest and richest platforms makes that comparison, it doesn't necessarily sound brave. To many viewers, it sounds insulated, protected by wealth, fame, and status. And when the defense becomes, if you disagree, you just don't understand, the argument starts collapsing because people understood perfectly. Now, here's why Maher keeps surviving these fights. It's not because everybody loves him. A lot of people absolutely do not. It's because he fills a role almost nobody else in liberal media wants anymore. The person willing to embarrass his own side in public. That matters. Audiences can forgive arrogance. They can forgive a bad joke. They can even forgive somebody being wrong now and then. What they do not
that we got the vote in 1965.
Okay, they don't have free and fair elections in Iran. It's not even the same universe.
They can't go out of their house. The women.
You know what? There's no way I can make you one.
Forgive forever is cowardice. And that's the itch Maher scratches for millions of viewers. He gives them the feeling that at least one person inside the tent is still willing to say, "Guys, this is getting ridiculous." Not with carefully padded activist language. Not with 10 layers of committee-safe phrasing. Just bluntly. Sometimes too bluntly, sometimes unfairly, sometimes like a brick through a glass door. But in a culture drowning in managed language, even a brick starts to look honest. And that brings us to the show itself. The View didn't become a target simply because it's popular. It became a...
Whoopi said I was flippant and immoral for saying it's time to chuck the masks and get back to normal. Well, are 43 states here in America and the entire nations of England, Denmark, Sweden, and Finland flippant because they're saying the same thing now? COVID is so much more complicated than just, I'm for more safety than you are, and therefore I'm a better person. But Whoopi is misinformed on many aspects of the COVID debate. After she got it recently, she said that being vaccinated, quote, doesn't stop Omicron, and that's the problem with a variant because it gets stronger. Actually, it usually gets weaker, as is the case with this one. But that's okay. She's allowed to be wrong.
A symbol. It was meant to feel messy, lively, and full of genuine disagreement. But to many viewers, it eventually started feeling less like a conversation and more like a ceremony. One opinion dominates, a token challenge appears, and then gets interrupted or buried before the ad break. That perception matters because, in media, perception is gasoline. Once viewers believe a show values affirmation over discussion, every interruption feels strategic, and every outrage feels rehearsed. That's when Maher's criticism stopped sounding like an attack on one person and started sounding like an indictment of the entire format. But
Let me explain something to you, because without that wokeness, you might not have that job.
Yeah.
Because women were not invited to that table. Women were not invited to many tables in this nation. The reason we fought and busted our behinds to make sure that you didn't have to worry about this. And now to hear you talk about it and to hear anybody talk about the wokeness was put in place for a reason. Because people couldn't get into colleges. Because women